5 Laws to Made Me Rich. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel. 5 Laws to Made Me Rich. So make sure to watch the full video. Did you be aware in Fairbanks, Gold Country, it's against the law to serve liquor to a moose? Better believe it, real regulation. What's more, did you be aware in South Dakota, it's against the law to nod off in a cheddar plant? Furthermore, in Memphis 10, in the event that you request a cut of pie at a cafe, you need to eat it there. It's unlawful by the regulation to take it out. Presently, these regulations are somewhat senseless, correct? In any case, a great deal of regulations are there to help us, to really shield us from things, like don't kill someone, don't drive smashed, wear your safety belt. A few regulations are great, a few regulations are terrible. There's one more kind of regulation I need to discuss today. Laws of human instinct. These are perceptible things that we can find in the public eye that work practically constantly. For instance, the Pareto rule that says 80% of what you get comes from 20% of what you put into something. Also known as the 80-20 rule. You've likely heard it. Those are laws of human instinct. There are really a lot of laws of human instinct that can make you rich. And that is the very thing that we'll discuss today. The 6 regulations that will make you well off. Right away, we should get to them. Number 1. You should choose TN to watch you choose. At the end of the day, individuals carry on with as long as they can remember needing to do incredible things, needing to be well off, needing to begin a business, needing to get thinner. In any case, they never truly choose precisely exact thing the best thing for them is. I like to utilize the relationship that individuals are much of the time feeling that wealth or riches or business or whatever is like going to an ocean side with a digging tool or with a metal locator. You're out there simply glancing around, attempting to track down this secret gold or your motivation, your predetermination. Yet, I don't believe that is all there is to it by any means. I think you grasp that gold on that ocean side, and you can cover it any place you need to. As a matter of fact, it's less similar to an ocean side and more like a fresh start. You can do what you need. Along these lines, thusly you should choose than what you choose. For instance, to become well off through land-effective financial planning, which is precisely the exact thing I have spent the last 12 to 13 years of my life doing. Fantastic. You can do that. There are instances of millions of individuals out there who have become tycoons through land financial planning. Yet, imagine a scenario where you can't stand land. You don't want to do that by any means. You'd prefer go beginning a Tupperware organization. I don't have the foggiest idea. There are instances of tycoons who have done that. Perhaps you need to clean pools professionally, and you like structure a pool cleaning business. Or then again, perhaps you simply need to keep your occupation always and not be a business visionary. You need to simply set aside cash. Fantastic. That is fine as well. You can turn into a mogul that way. Along these lines, you should conclude what you will do, so you can begin making a fitting move, then what you choose. Number 2. Take everyday, steady activity. What amount of time does it require to peruse a common book? Like a John Grisham novel. I intend what? It resembles 400 pages. What amount of time does that normally require for an individual? 2, 3, a month perhaps. However, as a general rule, it doesn't take that long to peruse a book. It's very 6 or 7 hours. The explanation that it seems like it takes such a long time is on the grounds that they just read for a couple of moments here, a couple of moments there. We perhaps put it down for 7 days. All in all, there are books that I'm perusing right now that I've been perusing for as long as a year. Did it truly take me a year to peruse a book? No, this is on the grounds that we fill our existence with a ton of dead space. All in all, in the middle of between making a move on things. If you have any desire to find success at truly anything throughout everyday life, simply limit that dead space. Also, how would you do that? By recognizing what your most significant subsequent stage is in a specific task. For instance, at the present time in my business, I'm doing 2 or 3 distinct things. In any case, One of them is a flipping business here on the island of Maui. As I'm flipping houses, what is my most significant subsequent stage implies what is my most significant step at the present time. Indeed, I want to hit the telephone and call my accomplice Greg and converse with him about a specific undertaking that we're dealing with that we're attempting to close. That is all there is to it. A 5-minute discussion. Number 3. Practice ceaseless improvement. You know, a great many people on the planet improve at something, and afterward they stop there until the end of time. I figured out how to play guitar, yet I didn't learn to the point of turning into a specialist. I learned barely to the point of making others feel that I understood what I was doing. Thus, I could play a few harmonies and I could do all right. All in all, I even played in a congregation love group. In any case, toward the day's end, I never improved. Why? I played each and every week. At the end of the day, I played essentially consistently for the beyond 15 years. Yet, I'm no greater today than I was quite a while back. Why? Since I didn't rehearse non-stop improvement, I never dealt with my scales. I never attempted new tunes. I did nothing extraordinary. In this way, I just remained where I was at. Subscribe to my Telegram channel. There I share different ways for you to earn money daily and exclusive. Content. Link in description. That is the reason regulation number 3 is to improve persistently. How improve constantly? There's 2 methods for doing this. Number 1 is persistent schooling. To return to the guitar similarity, I never scholarly. However, with different things in my day-to-day existence, as for instance, I'm attempting to grow a manufactured home park financial planning business at this moment. I'm continuously getting the hang of, listening to web recordings, chatting with different financial backers, perusing books on the subject, so persistent instruction. However, at that point, furthermore, it's self-reflection. You learn, and you do, and afterward you reflect. What worked? What didn't work? And how might I ensure that it functions better sometime later? That is truly the way in which you develop. It's that pattern of doing and afterward advancing and afterward applying what you figured out how to improve sometime later. That is the manner by which you persistently get to the next level. What's more, in the event that you just persistently work on each and every day, consistently, you can do astounding things. Consider it as a matter of fact. Assuming your year prior self seems to be your today self, it implies that you're not constantly moving along. Furthermore, if you need to prevail throughout everyday life, and essentially in anything, persistent improvement is a regulation. Number 4. Raise your indoor regulator. I'm not discussing your indoor regulator in your home, but rather it is comparative. All in all, you know how an indoor regulator functions, isn't that so? At the point when you're at a specific temperature, for instance, I set my indoor regulator at 72 degrees. When it gets hotter than 72 degrees, my cooling kicks on and brings the temperature back down to 72. In the event that it was under 72 and goes down to 68, the intensity kicks on and brings it back up to 72. The indoor regulator is intended to keep you at this harmony. Exactly the same thing is valid for areas of progress in our life, and it incorporates growing long-term financial stability. All in all, at this moment in your mind, there is a degree of abundance that your inner indoor regulator is set at. Perhaps that is procuring $50,000 per year. Perhaps it's acquiring $200,000 per year. Perhaps it's procuring $1 million per year or $12.60 minutes. There's something in your mind that is set inside, that when you procure more than that, you dial down the gas a bit. You delay down. You don't hustle as hard. What's more, when you get way, not exactly that, you put on the gas, you hustle harder, and you make that additional pay. That is the reason for a great many people their pay from one year to another year doesn't change without a doubt. As a matter of fact, if you somehow manage to take someone who procured $250,000 per year, dispose of their occupation completely, have them become penniless, they'd most likely wind up acquiring $10, $15,000 a year in the span of a year, on the grounds that their indoor regulator is set there. They search for open doors that assist them with getting back there. In this way, to expand your establishing long-term financial stability open doors, you must build your indoor regulator. Presently, how would you do that? By encircling yourself with individuals who have a higher indoor regulator. Certain individuals normally have an indoor regulator set at making $1 million every year. That is truckload of cash. Except if you're someone who makes $10 million every year. Then that would be an extremely low sum. You would have no desire to invest all your energy with those individuals earnestly. Yet, that is the reason you ought to invest more energy zeroed in on encircling yourself with individuals who are at where you will be, as opposed to encircle yourself with individuals where you were. Number 5. Oppose way of life creep. If you have any desire to create financial momentum throughout everyday life, there's a thing called way of life creep. Allow me to make sense of it in a story. In this way, I was out to supper with a companion of mine some time back. We were sitting at a decent cafe, a pleasant steakhouse. Furthermore, this companion was griping to me a smidgen about how he's living check to check, never has any cash to contribute, and so on. This companion, additionally, conceded that he makes near $500,000 each and every year. How is it someone who makes $500,000 over the course of the year is living check to check? What's more, he shares with me, he simply doesn't have the foggiest idea. He's like, I'm not extreme. I don't have a stream. I'm not doing anything insane. And afterward, while he's talking, the server stops by and he arranges that $400 jug of wine without any hesitation. Why? Since he's carried on with this life where a $400 jug of wine is the standard. As such, his way of life has creeped up to the place where that is ordinary. You're presumably giggling at present, saying, I could never be that way. In any case, consider it. At the present time in your life, would you say you are burning through cash on things that you didn't burn through cash on when you were in school or in secondary school? What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go.